Welcome everybody. This is Rusty from Pickleball Channel. We are at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville on Zing Zang Championship Court. Everybody say hi to the internet. We're here with Alex Hamner. Say hi.
Hey everybody, welcome to another great pickleball tournament.
We're about to watch the men's pro senior singles match. Some amazing play. These guys are finishing warm up, so let's get ready to see the action.
You don't want to miss it.
Okay, players ready. 0-0.
Here we go.
Paul Olin serving, score 0-0. Football.
First point of the game. What do you think, Rusty? Foot fault right out of the bat.
So that little foot fault, some of you guys, you were like, he was back. He didn't land in the kitchen. The fact is he pushed off the kitchen. It's a subtle part of the rule, pushing off the kitchen. 1-0.
Love it when the refs are paying attention.
All right, so in case you missed it, it's Rusty from Pickleball Channel. I am joined by the wonderful Alex Hamner.
Woohoo!
Alex is one of the top female senior women pros. Well, one of the top players in my mind.
Love it, Rusty.
On the far court, we have Paul Olin in red. In the dark shirt. On the near court, we have Scott Moore in the white shirt.
This is the first time they've played.
Yeah, and 3-0. We got
Paul
a little
out
bit of
to a
breeze
quick
on the
start.
court. Oh, little net hit. That net helps out. So quick recap. We got a score. Scott has 0. He's serving against Paul in 3. Singles, remember, there's only 1 serve per turn. Scott's got to try to get a run here and get some momentum. Oh,
there's a net ball to help.
Scott's got a teeny bit of a height advantage, but he's got a long wingspan, so he's able to reach and keep those balls in play. Big overhead, sharp angle, and it's out.
Paul's doing a great job reading Scott's balls. You know, being the first time they've played, they've both got to try to figure each other out a little bit.
Oh, wait. A little bit of a late call. Paul called that ball out, and then the ref also called the ball out. That was a close one.
Paul reminded her to do her job, I think.
Yes, that SERP was just a little bit wide, I thought to send. So a tiny bit of slow calls on the ref line judges right now, which is a tough thing to do. But it's good to be here. We got the lines. It's a little bit of breeze. At some point on one of our wide shots, you might see the waves, the waving flags up top. They're pretty big and they're moving. But on the surface of the court, it doesn't necessarily seem that heavy of a wind, Alex. Do you think?
It doesn't, but under the tent here in Naples, the wind swirls, so it changes quite a bit. It can change within the point even. So the players really have to focus on that. And so far they are going for lines. They're pushing the envelope. As we saw, Scott got a foot fault in the first point, so you know he's hugging the line, trying to just impose himself on the net.
And Dean Cascella already commented, the master shooting for another Triple Crown. We'll talk about Triple Crowns in a second. The score is 4-0, Paul's serving, and he's off to a bit of a lead. There's that reach again, getting the ball on the sideline. Ooh.
Oh, great job. So something Scott did, remember Scott's in the white here, is he hit like 3 balls to the same spot, trying to be able to get the person go the other way.
To commit.
Right, and then be able to go behind him. And that is a great play, especially in singles, because there's so much court to cover.
0-4. Score 0-4. Paul has a lead. Ball goes wide. That's a big side out. So Scott's still not on the board, which is a little uncharacteristic for Scott.
It is.
But I've seen many games where he's been able to come back. Paul, brand new to the 50 bracket. Just a few months ago at Nationals, he was in the younger
50.
age.
Yep. He's not even 50 yet, I don't think so. Oh, look at that angle.
Once again, that's that Scott Moore reach. There's a good play in terms of Paul's point. He's keeping him wide, but just not quite wide enough. And as a player, Alex, a lot of people say you want to force people to go for those harder shots.
Push him.
So Scott's not giving Paul, and Paul's trying to not give Scott much margin in the middle, and sort of pushing him for the higher risk shot down the line. Of course, it can be effective, but for somebody like me and most players, those narrow margin shots end up going wide sometimes.
Well, and like I said earlier, these guys are going for those lines. You know, there's so many shots, they're keeping it within 6 inches. Oh, Scott, another down the line winner.
Paul was going for that, and I think he's like, that's going wide. And then he let it go. You see that moment in his face, but.
Right, but I think Scott read him too. You know, he was heading towards the middle. Paul was heading towards the middle just a little bit. Scott pushed it down the line, and Paul was too late being able to switch it around.
3-4, 1 point game.
Oh, what a point.
Yeah. So one of the things for those of you who are interested in learning, so to speak, you know, watch the patterns. So sometimes there's a 3 or 4 shot sequence. So pulling him to the left a couple times, getting him close to the net, and then pushing it over to the side. We'll see if Scott does that again.
4-4.
Scott did a great job to catch up. You know, he was down 4-0 for a couple side outs.
And now we're a 1 point game.
I think we're a tie game, Rusty. Yeah, it looks 4-4.
Oh yeah, thank you.
4-4.
Scores 4-4. Paul serving Scott.
Here comes our ball our way.
Ball man.
Daryl Noble is our certified ref today.
Your left foot there. We're trying to help behind the media desk. A ball running under our table.
Not surprisingly, it's pretty hot and humid today. Players will be happy sometimes to get a little bit more of a break.
That ball goes wide. Another point. So, a few fun facts for those of you. More and more people are joining. We've just begun the first official live stream broadcast. The score is 5 serving 4. Scott Moore is in the white and the near court. Just wide there.
And that's Paul Olin. And would you call that rust?
We call for a
that shirt?
timeout. We're going to go for a timeout for a couple minutes. Music's going to go down. We'll see you soon.
Moore is serving 6-4. His opponent today is Paul Olin. And if you just joined, Scott Moore was down 0-4.
And so we may or may not be having some technical difficulties. There's lots of lags and some stuff's freezing up. It looks like people are commenting on Facebook. So give us a thumbs up or say, we got you, if I'm looking at those comments on Facebook, if you're still seeing and hearing everything.
8-4.
Oh, that's a fantastic shot. So Paul just did to Scott what Scott had been doing to Paul to get ahead. He went down the line and then pulled a tough angle out of reach of his opponent. Drew the side out. It's 4-8. Oh, there's that angle.
Paul will be serving against Scott. We recently just had a timeout. This is the men's pro singles. The score's 4 serving 8.
Oh, look at the play.
Just goes a little bit wide.
So the angles are really critical in singles, as is the footwork and the speed in order to get to those angles.
Side out.
We're looking for the ball over here in the announcer's booth.
Score is 8 serving 5.
Point.
So Rusty earlier was talking about the patterns that you see, and we saw both players actually hitting down the line 2-3 times in a row before trying to go wide. Scott just mixed that up. He went down the line once. Paul was expecting it again, and so Scott was able to go wide with the winner.
time is in. Score is 9-5.
We're back. Scott Moore serving 9-5 to Paul Olin.
Side out.
Ball goes a little long.
And as happens sometimes in the side out, actually quite a bit, the ball changes. Oh, did I
It
say
looks
side
like
out? I meant
Paul
timeout.
looks like he's gonna change the ball. I thought he was saying maybe it cracked.
Timeout.
No,
And now
we're
Scott
not
called
sure
the
what's going
timeout.
on here.
Well, there's one you don't see all the time called a timeout. And
Okay,
then,
it looks like we're canceling that timeout.
5-9. Point.
All right, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe there was some just confusion about something, and they thought it was a timeout, but we're back. Paul just got a point. Score 6, serving 9.
Point.
Scott returns into the net.
This is kind
Looked
of.
a little.
Oh,
He stepped on that ball. Paul wasn't sure about the ball.
Okay, timeout's been called.
well, now there is a timeout called by Scott Moore after stomping on the ball.
Yes, I don't know if there was a ball issue or that was just some frustration. But so we're going to timeout. Yeah, we'll be back
I guess-
soon. All right, here we are. We're back. Time is in. Again, the score is
Score is 7-9.
7 serving 9. Paul is serving to Scott Moore. Paul tries to go down the line. Scott hits the angle across, and Paul's not able to get it.
Like we said, that's a great play in singles. Draw your opponent to one side. You got to nail that angle, though.
9-7.
Score 9-7.
Ooh, that ball looked out from my marginal angle.
They didn't call it. We are on the opposite side of the court of that last shot. Paul's was right in the corner there.
7-9.
Side out. Score 7-9. Paul's trying to hang in there. Scott wants to close it out. Oh, just hits the tape.
These players are really going for every point, every ball.
Kim Jade says, "What's the rule on crushing a ball?" I don't actually know. You know, technically, if I'm crushing the ball because it's broken and I'm saying, or do you have to show it to the ref before you crush the ball? You go strong, return from the baseline. Paul almost got it, but one goes wide.
Looks like we're at game point, Rusty.
10-7.
10-7.
And that ball was out. An appeal to the referee.
Feel to see if the ref.
Side out.
Nope, calling a side
And
out.
certified
Still
referee
in it.
Daryl Noble agrees with the line call.
7-10.
7 serving 10.
Oh, it's good hustle. Nice try. Still got the side out.
We're back to Scott Moore with another chance for him to try to close out game number 1.
Now the rallies
10-7.
were a little longer at the beginning of the game.
Yep. Ooh,
Point game.
Oh, that ball was called out.
just wide, just wide. All
What
right,
a
so
game.
end of game number 1. Thank you for joining us. We will be mute music again, or mute sound for the music, and we'll come back to you for game number 2. Thanks for watching.
Okay, game number 2, 0-0. Point. One zero. Point. Two zero. Point. 3-0. Timeout. 0-3. Timeout. 3-0. Timeout. 0-3. Point. 1-3. Timeout. 3-1. Timeout. 1-3. Timeout. 3-1. Timeout. 1-3. Timeout. 3-1. Point. 4-1. Point. 5-1. One, 5. Timeout. 5-1. Point. Timeout. Timeout's been called. Score is 6-1. Timeout. 5-1. 6. Line out. Six, 1.
All right, the ball is back.
Coming back into play. Scott's from Colorado Springs area, but he's traveling a lot. Paul's from the Maryland area. And
Score is 1, 6.
Scott's trying to knock this game out.
1 serving 6. Paul would love
With a few
to
more
get a
points
few more
on the board.
points.
Side out.
All right, we've got another side out. Scott is, not that you necessarily want to say it, but he's the favored player in this match. He's
That's true.
dominated the senior singles game.
He got the Triple Crown here at the U.S. Open last year.
Oh,
Oh my!
right down the line. So Triple Crown, for those of you who don't know, that means he won gold in singles, he won gold in mixed, and he won golds in doubles.
Exactly.
And he's actually won Triple Crown TLC for several years. He's run Triple Crown in Nationals in 15 and 16, so highly decorated gold medal winner.
And that would be why he would be considered the favorite for this match.
Exactly. But Paul's here trying to bring home gold himself. Oh,
Oh, that was
it?
close.
so Paul kind of raised his arm up like, oh, I don't know if his shoulder's bugging him or not, but that was a nice little drop there.
Oh, he's nailing that side.
Yeah.
He's loving that backhand cross-court drop. Of course, Scott was ready for that one, was able
Yeah.
to get that, and he put it right in the corner. Beautiful.
7-2.
Scott Moore serving 7-2 to Paul Olin.
Scores 8, serving 2. Scott hits the ball into the tape. Got
Scott's
another
been-
chance for Paul to put some points on the board.
That's right, Paul would like that. Scott's been using his backhand serve pretty
Yeah.
much
both
almost the
games,
whole
yeah.
time, yeah.
Paul's coming up. Scores 2, serving 8.
I really like the way Paul, he's just staying in it. He's still working it. He mixed that one up, right?
There
He'd
you
gone
go.
cross court with that
Yeah.
drop shot several times in a row. Scott was
Mixes it
getting
up.
ready for that. He mixed it up, got
you
the
can
point.
almost see Scott start to shift weight a little bit.
Exactly.
To commit, but
Yep.
Trying to go cross.
Only stay with those patterns.
Did-
Oh, out ball.
Ball nicks the net, bounces almost in, but gets called out.
All right. So talking about those patterns like we were a little earlier, stick with the patterns when they're working. When they're not working, change it up. And that's what Paul
Exactly.
had done that point.
8-3. Paul returns. Nice angle. Just
Beautiful
hits the line,
return.
forces the side out.
Yep. I think we're having a great display here on how important the return of serve can be. You know, they're hitting it right to the corner pockets and really trying to open the court up for their next shot.
Let's look at that next progression. Scores 3-8.
Oh, little lazy. You could see that his wrist was a little, you know, just like a little sloppy. He laid it back a little too much, and you know, consequently the ball goes out, side out.
Scores 8-3. Thank you everyone for watching. This is Rusty from Pickleball Channel, and I'm joined by Alex Hamner. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Oh
another keeps
jeez.
it in. Oh,
Oh,
did it hit the corner? Was it good? Oh,
Was it
nice
good?
point. Come on,
Woo!
baby.
Oh, that was some great singles right there. These guys are in great physical condition.
Yeah. Oh, another one.
Yeah, Scott put a little more heat on that ball. You know, before he was placing it nicely. That time he brought a little more
All right.
heat and got the point.
Timeout's called. We're going to go to a little break, and we'll be back soon.
Scott Moore serving
All
8-3 against Paul Olin. second game with Scott having won the first game.
Just came out
Oh,
of
that's our
timeout.
first lob of the match.
Oh, and just long.
And it didn't work. Oh, when I take that back, there was a lob in the first game.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
2 lobs.
Shoot. Hate it when I'm wrong.
Here we go. Score 9-3. Scott's 2 points away from a gold. Oh,
Oh,
There
but
we
2
go.
points.
is a lot, especially in singles, right?
It could be 2 points, or it could be 24 points. It could be a whole nother game. It's never over
and
in
you
pickleball.
have come back from some significant deficits over the years as well. So
I've
that's
been down 9-1 and 10-2 way more times than I care.
3-9. Oh, it was
Oh.
a great low to the net. Cross, I mean, whatever. I just watch all this. I'm like, can't do that shot, can't do that shot, can't do that shot.
You know, that's great, though, Paul. He's going for it. He's got nothing to lose, right? I mean, you're down a game in 2-9, right? Hit out. Go for some shots. Now it's 4-9.
Oh, hit the net.
Oh, nicely done, Scott. Way to watch that ball.
That net popped up, and it was kind of up over his shoulder, a
Yep.
little awkward, but he was able to kind of even put a little angle on it.
Yep.
So we got a side out.
And he used his second hand to make sure he had enough control and he could really get it down.
Chance again for Scott. Scores 9-4. Serving Paul. Return, good angle. Scott stays in it.
Oh.
It was good.
Good ball.
Hit the line.
Yeah, he hit that a little bit off center.
Uh-huh.
You know, it sounded a little funny. It was a little lower towards his hand, but he still managed to keep it in. Well done. Paul serving 4-9 to Scott. Oh. Yeah, that's
Here we go with
disappointing.
another
You know,
side out, yeah.
you fight, you get the side out, and then you kind of chunk that third ball.
So just in case for folks to know, you only score when you serve. So it looks like someone wins the point, but it's actually just they're breaking the, oh my gosh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh,
Yeah, so you win the rally, but you don't win the point.
exactly.
Right? You don't score the
so
point.
how come they didn't get a point on the board? So it's only when you serve. Okay, we got another timeout. Scores 10-4. We will be back to you soon. Back from the timeout. We're the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. Our players are
Scott Moore in white playing with Paddle Tech Paddle, and we've got Paul Olin in the rust-colored shirt, I suppose,
We just
playing
got
with a
big
Gamma
side
paddle.
out.
It's always good to get a side out when you're down.
Thank you. Our
410.
numbers just grown. We're up at 340 some people. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, everybody.
Oh, that's too good. How many times have
Another
we
side
seen
out.
that down the line with a nice little cross court for the win? All you
Score
singles
10-4.
players out there, you think about that when
This
you're
could
playing.
be match. Oh,
And
there
there
you
it
go.
is. All right, Scott Moore is the only one that can win the Triple Crown in the senior men's
Exactly.
now.
Right now,
How
the
about
gold goes to Scott Moore and the gold of the senior men's pro singles. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We got more games to come. We'll be back with you soon. Hey, everybody. I got my microphone, and there we go. We're live both online. We got people from Italy, Canada, all over watching. You guys, everybody. We are at the medal ceremony for the pro men's singles. And we're here with Joe Parisi from Volvo Cars in Naples, the official car of the U.S. Open. Joe, who won bronze?
Dave the Badger Weinbach won bronze. Great job,
Congratulations,
David.
Dave.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Excellent work today. Excellent work.
Thank you, Volvo, for supporting this great tournament. My favorite tournament of the year, Rusty.
There you go. Congratulations, Dave. Thanks for
buddy.
being here again.
Thank you.
Joe, please announce our official silver medalist.
The silver medal goes to Mr. Paul Olin. Good job, Paul.
Round of applause, everybody.
A lot of work for him here. Good battles.
Big debut here. You're taking home gold at the U.S. Open. Congratulations.
Silver, gold next time.
Oh, I did say gold. He's the optimistic for the future. Take home silver. Thank you very much. Thanks for your service as well.
Congratulations, Scott.
Thank
Way
you.
to go. You battled hard today and you beat some tough competition.
Thank you very much.
Tough competition.
Let's get your medal.
We have a couple items here for you, Paul.
We got some head shoes and we got a hat.
Here's a hat.
Hey, thank you.
Congratulations on your gold medal. Here's your nice gold medal.
Awesome. Like that.
And a brand new pair of shoes to wear to the
Same
next
ones.
tournament you go to.
There you
All
go.
right.
Thank you very much.
Joe, thanks for your sponsorship as well. Appreciate you
pleasure.
being
Thank
here.
you. Thank
Everybody,
you
we
all.
got more to come, but I'm going to interview Scott real quick and hear how you doing. Oh, we got our photos. Let's just get the two of you. All right. Okay, you want to put that down for a
See you,
second?
Rusty.
You got it. Thank you, Joe. Round of applause for Joe, Volvo Cars of Naples, for their sponsorship of this sport and this tournament. All right, Scott Moore, I've been here before with you. Congratulations, another gold. Thanks for all your time. So today, the first game, number 1, didn't start out that well.
No.
What was going on?
I was going, who is this guy? I'd never met him till today. He came out of nowhere, all these youngsters that are really great players, and he just was outplaying me initially, so I had to figure something out quickly.
Yeah, and so you were able to kind of squeak out, really, 11-8, I believe, for first game number 1. Yeah. So you pulled that out, and then game number 2, you start off with a little lead, but it didn't just blow out. What goes on in game number 2? Yeah,
game number 2, I started feeling it, relaxing a little more, hitting my spots, making him hit a winner. He did hit some winners, but it was making it tougher on him, and figured, if I could hit my spots, I'd be okay.
And so for a little bit of instruction, right, there's certain things that are working, they're not. Mixing up the soft or the angles. What did you find that tended to work, or what advice might you give viewers on their game?
Yeah, just keeping it deep, keeping them running, trying to control the net, playing the angles, mainly just keeping the ball in play, making them beat you.
All right, well, congratulations. Round of applause, everybody. Gold medalist, Scott Moore, possibly on his way to a triple crown. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rusty.
And everybody stay tuned. We got more live streaming to come.